Greetings! Do you want to learn how to set your electrical furnaces automatically? Let them turn on if you have ore and let them turn off if you don't have any ore. If this is what you're looking for, then this is the guide for you. So please take notes and enjoy. So let's start off. We're gonna need a splitter, a memory cell, electric branch, a small battery, a wire tool, and the electric furnaces. I'm gonna use 3 of them. Storage adapters, industrial conveyors, splitters, combiners, and a pipe tool. And of course, I'm going to use the large box, but any box will do. Then we got some ore to smelt. And let's start with the electrical setup. First off, we have the electrical furnaces. I'm going to place 3 of them, like so. And then we can have our boxes, one for ore, raw ore, and then we can have one at the other side, which is gonna have the smelted ores. And next off, we're gonna have the splitter, who's gonna provide power to our furnaces. And we're gonna have a memory cell, a couple of branches. Let's place them on this side, next to each other like this. And then we're gonna have a small battery, since this setup doesn't really take much power. I think the maximum power it consumes is 11, but that is only during the time that you have ore to smelt. Next off, we're gonna set up the industrial parts. Starting off with adapters, placing those on every container that's going to be needed. Next off, we have the conveyors. I'm gonna use 2 of them, placing next to the boxes. We're gonna use the splitters and the combiners. So the splitters towards going to our furnaces, and from our furnace going to a combiner. Like so. And now we can start hook them up. From the box with the ores going into the conveyors with a green. And use green for fresh ore. So, and it's not showing. I think the server is lagging. Like so, yeah, the server is lagging a bit. But please stay with me. So, hooking all the 3 furnaces into the splitter. Come on, work with me here. There we go. All the 3 furnaces are hooked up to the splitter. Next off, we have the combiner. Hook them into the combiner, just like you did with the splitter. I'm going to use blue for refined ores, so it's easier for you to drag. Like so. And from the combiner into the conveyor, and from the conveyor into our final box, so it's going to store the refined ores and metals. Next off, we can set up the electrical powers. So the furnaces, you can hook up very easily like this from the splitter. And use white wiring. However, it's not mandatory to have 3 furnaces, but since pretty much everyone uses 3 furnaces, since they are pretty cheap and works with a splitter, I'm gonna use 3 right here. So the power in from the splitter is going from the output of the memory cell, the top right hand socket of the memory cell. Next up, with the blue wire, we're gonna use the power we're getting from the battery into our branch. Or branches. Hook those together and set one of them to 3 and the next one to 9. And with a pink wire, gonna hook them up to the power in of one of the conveyors, and at the same conveyor we have the pass through the very next conveyor. Well, let's go ahead and start those. Just click E to start and hold E to configure. With the purple wire from the next branch to the memory cells power in. Next up, we have the conveyors. They have a filter in and a filter pass. We're gonna use the filter pass and hook it up to our memory cells set. Right there. It is the top one of the three of them. And at the middle one, we have the reset. Gonna hook up with the red wire to the next conveyor to the filter fail. It's gonna shut the furnaces off if it's failing. So here we can see a quick guide on how it's all are set up. Very important to have 3 on the one branch and 9 on the very next one. Like so. And now we can set the conveyor to drag ore from the box into the furnace. We're gonna have sulfur ore, high qual ore, and metal ore. And from the very next one, we want to drag refined ore. There's frags, metal frags right there. And we have some sulfur. And at the last one, we have high quality metal. So if this is set up right and correctly, if we put ores in here, the furnaces will start melting like so, and it starts. And we can see that we're consuming 11 power at this very moment. But if we, however, run out of ore, let's say we have no ore left, take those out of here. The conveyor will sense that it no longer is dragging any refined ore, and it will shut down the furnaces. So, and here's our box with refined ore. And that is pretty much everything you need to know about this setup. And if you did like this video, please consider subscribing for more tips like this. And as always, see you in the next one. Thank you.